Jujutsu Shenanigans just got a new update, right after the one I made a video on, and this one focuses a lot on balance changes over anything else, alongside some bug fixes and some quality of life changes. It's definitely a great update, and shows that CZ is taking his time with making the game good over simply pumping out content. I'll summarize this update quickly, and then give some analysis at the end, so let's go. The block angle was increased to 180 degrees, making it harder to block bypass. There's a new scenario for Hikari's domain with a higher chance for jackpot. Hikari can block projectiles of his counter, and Hikari heals 15 HP when using domain. The combo extending tech which lets you use shockwave to stun people was removed from the game. There were some performance changes, no idea what that means, and Lapse Blue now has a longer cooldown. World Slash now deals less damage depending on how many people you hit with it. The server now takes multiple attempts to find a region instead of giving up first try, and I think this is for ranked matches, though I could be wrong. Kills are now attributed to the player who dealt the most damage in the last 20 seconds, instead of just being the last hit. Now, let's move on to the analysis. For the analysis, there are some things I really want to talk about, because with balance changes, there's always a lot more meat to them than with normal content changes, because they actually impact the balancing of the game and how it plays competitively. First, let's talk about Yuji's Crushing Blow extender being removed. This is a huge nerf to Yuji, since he is now forced to play against ragdoll cancels instead of just ignoring them and pretending they don't exist, like he could in the past. It also seems to nerf his damage in a sense, alongside his combo potential. I'm a Yuji main, so I will admit I have some biases, but it does feel like nerfing this tech without giving Yuji anything in return feels a little bit mean. Now, CZ is justified in removing this, because it is sort of along the lines of bug abusing, but the thing is that bugs like this add some depth to the combat. Are you going to use a normal variant or aerial for movement, or are you going to combo extend? This update removes those kinds of questions, but then again, it is sort of like a bug, and he's not wrong in removing it. Yuji isn't necessarily weak after this buff, but I do feel like it makes him even more disadvantaged when compared to Gojo. It could be my bias speaking though, so debate it in the comments. Lapse Blue's cooldown being increased is great. That thing was straight up cancer. You could spam it over and over again, use it in a combo, get another combo, and use it in a combo again. It was ridiculous, and I am so glad that it was nerfed. The World Slash scaling is interesting, yet also sort of insignificant. I think the intention here was to make third partying with it weaker, and that's fine. It probably won't have much of an impact, but not every update needs to make some big sweeping change. The kill stealing nerf is good. It actually gives people a reason to fight each other normally, rather than jumping in like vultures and grabbing a kill with reversal red, or something when someone is low. There's been so many times where I've been fighting someone and I get jumped, and while this update isn't going to end that, it'll at least make sure I get something for my troubles. Great update, praise the Z. The increasing of the block angle is a very important change that's quite interesting. Before, the block angle was a little small, so bypassing was extremely easy, and you could pull it off fairly consistently. You could even bypass block by just M1ing someone and walking around them. However, with this update, it's become a lot riskier and more difficult to block bypass, and easier to block people who play offensively. It is a buff to turtling, which I'm generally against, but I don't think it's that bad of an update. It's not fun having your block bypassed randomly after all. Final change for the things I have something to actually say about. Hikari's buffs are cool. The HP gain lets him survive a little longer so that he can actually get jackpot. In a new scenario, aside from being cool, it's also nice to help Hikari actually get jackpot after he opens his domain. Letting him counter block range moves isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does feel like it was implemented in a very, very useless way. Testing it on the bullet dummy, you get immense end lag from blocking the attacks, so it seems the opponent could quite literally forward dash after their projectile and guarantee a combo, punishing you for landing your counter. It's weird, but I need more testing against real players before I say anything conclusive. Overall, this is a very impactful balance change. It nerfs one of the most useful Yuji techs in the game, makes it a lot easier for Hikari to get his unkillable mode, and makes Lapse Blue less annoying to fight against. It also changes block in a way that might seem good to some and horrid to others, which is an opinion that I have not personally decided yet, though I have no issues so far. It's an update that marks a good future for this game, since it shows CZ is working to make the game a little more competitive and focusing on quality of life, over just pumping out random content and rushing each character through the door. That's the end of this video and the end of my analysis. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I make stuff like this very frequently. I'm Eternally. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time in another one. Bye.